Hi students, this is Ajanta ma'am. This is the second part to the discussion of the poem's theme of the telephone conversation about racism and the complexity of identity. I have already made a few videos, and please go and check out the first video to this part. Now, as I said, I'm going to discuss the theme of racism and complexity of identity. So, when the speaker makes a self-confession about being African, the conversation abruptly shifts to the discussion of the skin tone. Note that the speaker is not saying it willingly. Rather, he is being ironic in the use of the word confession here. And he means to say that one should not undermine the fact that one is a African, and it is not a bad thing. Though the speaker understands the black people's housing prospects are not very great in a very racist society. Indeed, in response to this confession, the landlady asks whether the speaker's skin is light or dark. This question is very absurd, because the speaker wonders whether she has misheard him, whether there is a mistake, whether she has misheard him. The landlady plays into the idea, rather an ignorant idea, that black people with lighter skin are superior to those who are very, very dark. Meaning that if the skin color is closer in appearance to that of a white person, then of course he's superior to a very dark person. That's what the lady thinks. This is what she is bothered about, how black the speaker looks. And instead of asking what the speaker does professionally and what the speaker's habits are, instead of treating the speaker like an actual human being and a potential tenant, the landlady is absolutely dehumanizing. She reduces the speaker to a single attribute of what his skin color is. Therefore, racism is clear in the poem, and it is, of course, reductive. The speaker goes on to answer the lady's question directly, instead offering a series of, he does not offer a very direct answer, but he offers a series of clever replies and reveals that the landlady's question is offensive, but also very, very illogical. The speaker describes himself the West African sepia, a kind of reddish brown hue seen in old monochromatic photos. And in the speaker's passport, a joke that goes right over the slow-witted landlady's head. Essentially, this is like saying, well, in a black and white photograph, my skin is grey. So the speaker notes that the human body isn't just a color, it's not known for its color. Therefore, the speaker goes on to reply that his face is brunette, but the speaker's palms and foot soles are peroxide blonde. Here the speaker is deliberately tongue-in-cheek reply, very, very sarcastic in his comparison here, trying to point out that the race and identity are far too complex to be reduced to a simple light or dark, or between button B and button A. You cannot describe like this. The speaker doesn't just criticize the landlady's prejudice, her way of, on the face, very blatant racism, but he also gets very, very angry with her, and therefore he uses those sarcasms that he uses. He critiques the way she thinks about race itself, and in doing so, the speaker refuses to let the complexity of human identity be reduced by the ignorant, or rather ignorance, of this landlady. For all the speaker's ingenuity, however, the poem does not end in a very happy, triumphant note. And we can see as we read the poem, as the poem closes, the landlady is about to hang up on the speaker, suggesting that as a white person she holds the power in the society effectively to silence a black speaker. So, the poem therefore does not end in a very happy note. It does not end in a happy note as we would want to. So, in a broader sense, the poem can be said to be a social commentary on the impact of racial biases. So, Soyinka's exploration of racial discrimination in this poem reflects the broader struggles faced by Africans of that era, and the poem therefore is a critique of the societal norms and prejudices that eventually, creates a gap between people, and it calls for understanding of human beings themselves and having compassion for others. So, the poem on the whole employs satire and humor as tools to criticize and expose societal prejudices with clever wordplay, irony, and of course exaggeration. Soyinka confronts the typical, white prejudiced people with his wit, highlighting the absurdity that exists even today. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe my videos for a complete and very interesting journey into your English literature as well as your English language. Thank you once again.